All right, first and foremost, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wa Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. Pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well, including you women, to the dead in Yahweh Shai also, and the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, none of this would even be possible. So let's keep it real from jump, as we always do, right? Most of our people suffer from Stockholm Syndrome, which really, that's a psychological disorder that our people have with Esau. Here it is, our people are still captive to this day. And no matter how much psychological abuse our people have gone through, verbal, physical abuse, no matter how much we've gone through since we've been here, we still want to hold hands with our enemies. And no matter what we tell you, you disagree with it. You only hold on to the things that you're comfortable with holding on to, things that you're used to hearing, which is also called basically cognitive dissonance. Okay? Now, no matter how much we bring out this truth, even if we show you the evidence, you're not feeling any comfort in the message, so you'll just cast off what we're saying as being unimportant. Okay? So let's jump into these scriptures, going into our people just being mentally just destroyed. And it really goes back to slavery, but our people were going off before then, but really it was this captivity that did this to us the worst. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke. So the vexation here, basically, when you hear about our people in the ghettos, in the urban areas, in the projects, not being sure of their life, not being sure if they're going to live to be old, okay, not being sure or certain if their children are going to live to be old. All of that is because of the curses and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed. Now, this isn't speaking of being destroyed as in wiped off the face of the earth and we don't exist no more. That's not speaking of the Israelites becoming extinct. Okay, in fact, I'm going to go into that a little more, but I'm going to go into the definition. Destroy, bring to naught, overthrow. So that's basically what happened to our people. We've been overthrown. We've been destroyed mentally. We're not in our prime anymore. But it's as if we perished, because we're not living according to the customs that we used to live as a nation. Only the elect are the ones turning back now. Okay? The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly. Okay? Now, that's why a lot of our people, they die early as well. All right, going to this word perish, to destroy, that word destroy again, to break. Our people are definitely broken. Basically, that's the point. Our people are broken. Our people have been destroyed very quickly through the hands, really through our own sins, but through the hands of Esau, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Okay, let's jump forward. Let's go down to 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. So there's that word destroyed again. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Let's jump forward to 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So when Esau put those yokes of iron upon us, which was really just another one of their torture methods, they did that and destroyed us. They said, you can't go by the names Israel no more. You're not of the tribe of Judah anymore. You're not of the tribe of Gad anymore. You're going to be this. You're going to be called that. Okay? Just like in the series The Roots, when the slave told Toby, or I forget what it was. I think it was Kunta Kinte. I think the slave master made it to where he said his name was going to be Toby, or vice versa, however it goes. But basically just an example of how we've been beaten out of our heritage. We've been beaten out of our way of life. We've been destroyed mentally. And now we don't understand we are the biblical Israelites. We as a whole, that is. Now we still exist. This wasn't speaking of us being destroyed and wiped off the face of the earth. This is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And we lost a lot of that knowledge when we were thrown in captivity and those yokes of iron were placed around us. And Esau beat our heritage out of us. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also will reject thee. And that's why we got rejected in slavery. Because we were rejecting the ways of the Lord. So we got rejected. And to this day, 2/3 of our people are still being rejected. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. So the Heavenly Father is saying, okay, you want to play with me? Okay, I'm going to get you back like this. You want to forget about my ways, I'll just forget about your children, who you love dearly. Okay? So our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Our people are spiritually dead, have been destroyed, and they don't understand that it does go back to slavery. A lot of our people say you can't blame slavery. You can blame slavery because of slavery, really because of our sins, which led us into slavery, we've been affected in a very negative way. We still suffer and go through things mentally, and we don't see all the time the bigger picture. You know, we have a very bloody history since we've been here in America of being slaughtered, just being the prey. You don't think that's psychologically damaging? You don't think that's inherently going to be given unto you? Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So if you remain without understanding, you're going to remain destroyed. You're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. Okay? That's why Tupac was worth more dead than alive. Because people love you more when you're dead. Because they're of the congregation of the dead. All of a sudden, Tupac's one of the greatest rappers because he had to die first. Or Notorious B.I.G. looked up to be one of the greatest rappers because he had to die first. You know, people often have to die in this body before people acknowledge them because people are dead. Okay, the dead are attracted to the dead. Just like when you look at certain films on zombies, if you've noticed, the zombies never try to attack and eat each other because they're in the same congregation. Their hunt is for the lively ones. Okay, that's their enemy. That's their prey, so to speak. That's why a lot of our people look at us as prey. They try to cast us off as if we're wicked. Okay? But that's all right because as long as we remain diligent and in this truth, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to fight for us while they remain in that congregation of the dead because they've been destroyed and they weren't granted the ability to receive this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which is indeed a blessing. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So really, our people are in the same mental state that they was even going back to slavery. They have no idea. They're still in the congregation of the dead. just because you can work a job now and buy a decent looking car, your credit might be good or something. You Israelites who don't have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you're dead spiritually. Romans chapter 8 and verse 10, this is how you're dead. And if Mashiach, as in Christ, be in you, the body is dead because of sin. So the congregation of the dead are dead because they lack understanding, which leads to their sin. Sin results to death. And if Mashiach be in you, the body is dead because of sin. But the spirit is life because of righteousness. All right? And that's the war we're in. The spirit versus the flesh. This flesh represents death, man. But the spirit, that's where, your good conscience comes from. And we're dead through these sins. So, our people who are in the congregation of the dead, they are dead from sins. And we have life because we didn't wander out of the way of understanding. In fact, we have life because we have the understanding. While the majority of our people, they're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 1. And you hath he quickened. So we've been made alive, who were dead in trespasses and sins. So we were just like the rest of our people, who were destroyed from a lack of knowledge, which we were really destroyed going back into slavery when them yokes of iron were placed around our neck. And we were beaten out of our heritage. But we were once, like everybody else in our nation, just lost, calling ourselves bywords and things that don't pertain unto us, just to find out we are indeed the biblical Israelites. And you hath he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world. So back when we were walking according to the course of this world, we were dead. According to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Okay, so we were once dead because of our trespasses and sins. But through Yahweh Shai, we've been granted life through his blood. Okay, and when you go to the book of Ezekiel 37, read from about 1 to about 9 or 10, it tells you how we were those dead bodies who are now receiving that life. We're getting our skin back. All right, we're starting to wake up, rise from the grave, so to speak. But instead of rising from the graves and looking like zombies, we're rising from the graves and looking whole all over again through this knowledge. So most of our people are going to remain destroyed. But for us, we're alive, man. We've been granted the ability to be alive. So all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wa Rakakodash. Shalom.